Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a monster and get actual results today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to your weekly call. LeeHonish, David Bartels, bringing you the wonderful world of pre-foreclosure advocacy marketing. Big mouthful, big word. What's it mean in English? If the homeowner is default, you must sell their home. Little quick background. This is a coaching call from the Monster Marketing Group and the Advocacy Marketing Group. We send it out each and every week to our coaching students, but we decided to make it a public call. We feel that it would be beneficial to the entire realtor and investor community. So David and myself converted one of my longstanding podcasts into a way to reach more people, as well as reaching our students as well. And it's been hugely popular, David.
Has it?
Yes, hugely popular. Hugely popular. So first and foremost, David, how can people get a hold of you and your services?
Well, people who are inclined to want to talk to me can do it one of a couple of ways. 805-413-8000 is the phone number. 805-413-8000. Of course, email is david@HomeLoanAdvocates.com. Advocates is plural, david@HomeLoanAdvocates.com. And the variety of subjects we might talk about, including short sales, foreclosure avoidance, loan modification. We do not do loan modifications for people, but we do coach homeowners on how to get successful loan modifications. And so if you need assistance with any of those items, we would surely assist you.
What if somebody was in Ottumwa, Iowa, and they were listening to this podcast based on technology, David? Could they still give you a call?
Of course, we're doing transactions all over the country.
There you go.
And I don't know how many states we're in, but a bunch. Not Iowa, so let's go.
Hear that, Ottumwa? You and Radar O'Reilly. That was a very dated reference, David, on my part. I admit it. But welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the listeners. We've been doing this. Go check the archives. They are out there. I believe I've got I should have been much hipper today because there's actually a direct link to the page that would get you to stuff. But all you have to do is Google pre-foreclosure advocacy marketing, and you'll get episodes, or just follow the link if you're listening to the show right now. We break this down into two sections. Section number one is usually something newsworthy for the week. And then the second half is questions from those that are here. We're doing a live webinar for the coaching students, and we will explain those when we get there. Today's big news. and we'll throw it out to David and get his feedback. For those of you that don't know, David also has a very large brokerage in the Conejo Valley. So today's big news, David, as you are well aware, NAR released its sales report, and we have continued to slide for the last 4 months on sales, bringing us to a brand new record. We are at a 2-year low for home sales.
Really? I haven't seen the report, but I got a text about it if I'd seen it. I hadn't seen it. I've been on call since 8 a.m., but I will get a look at it. It doesn't surprise me at all. That will be like the 6th month in a row sales have declined.
Lawrence Yun, NAR chief economist, said continuous solid gains in home prices have now steadily reduced demand. Led by notable decrease in closings in the Northeast, existing home sales trailed off again last month, sliding to their slowest pace since February 2016 at 5.21 million. Too many would-be buyers are either being priced out or deciding to postpone their search until more homes in their price range come onto the market. David, this is creating a very weird situation where we're starting to see negative equity again within the market on a regular basis.
This is true. I mean, we know that about 3% of houses have negative equity. We know that there's 50 million houses in the country with a mortgage. So that if you do that math, that's 1.5 million houses are still in negative equity.
There you go. According to Freddie Mac, the average commitment rate for a 30-year conventional fixed rate loan decreased to 4.5% from 4.57%. So they're on a decrease as well. In addition to the steady climb in home prices over the past year, it is evident that the quick run-up in mortgage rates earlier this spring has somewhat of a cooling off effect on home sales, said Yoon. This weakening in affordability has put most pressure on would-be first-time buyers in recent months, who continue to represent only around a third of sales despite a very healthy economy and labor market. Wow. Despite first-time buyers struggling to achieve home ownerships, realtors get the plug in there, NAR president, in most areas says demand is still the strongest at entry-level segments of the market, said President Elizabeth Mendenhall. Did you vote for her, David?
I didn't. I've never voted for a NAR election. I don't even know how to. I don't think I'm qualified.
Other stats, all cash sales were up 20%. There's a shocker. The investors are starting to circle the wagons. Distressed sales, foreclosures, and short sales were 3% of the sales in July, David. 3% of the sales.
That's up.
That is up. And they're trying to say, well, that's the lowest since NAR began tracking, but it's up. Oh, well. So they give a regional breakdown, and of course he does his spiel about homes, and we don't have any homes for sale, and all of that in English. What would be the message to those listening to a marketing podcast, David?
Well, there's lots of opportunity out there. I mean, it's what you're going to see. I mean, the market's shifting in a lot of ways. I mean, the sales decline is not really a surprise because you're looking at major affordability issues. And I do a couple of coaching groups with agents all over the country, and they all have their breaking point where their market seems to be bifurcated. Once you get over a certain price, and my market's $1 million, and guy I know in North Carolina, it's 300,000. In Bakersfield, It's probably 200 or 300,000. So every market has their threshold where things are hot underneath that threshold and things are cold above that threshold. So we know that there's some challenges with affordability. We know absorption rates are going up. We know the amount of inventory is going up. We know sales are flat to down this month. So that's going to have an impact on the market. We're also seeing on the foreclosure, we're seeing that most major markets are recording an increase in foreclosure starts, which creates opportunity. We know that about 3% of houses have negative equity. We know that that once people fall behind, that once they get to be about 90 days or so, the odds of them going all the way to foreclosure is probably almost 100%. It's certainly over 90. And that creates opportunity, because the one thing I know for sure is that most agents are not focused on the distressed property market. They don't like short sales. They don't like foreclosures. And the reason they don't like them is because they don't know how to do them. They don't like them because they work hard and don't get paid, and because they don't have the right partners. So what we find is that there's limited competition and increasing opportunity. That gives us a tremendous opportunity in order to get control of the market. I mean, if this is in fact switching more to a buyer's market than a seller's market, and I'm not sure it is. I mean, in some price ranges, the higher price ranges, it certainly is, but not across the board. If that's happening, the best way to make sure that you're getting paid is to get control of listings. And so people who can figure out how to compete and win listings and get control of these opportunities are the people who are going to have the highest and most steady income. The money is made in getting the listings at the end of the day. So here's a thought. When I go talk to agents, what are they doing to get listings? And, aside from the, sitting open houses, I get calls every week from some agent wanting to host one of my listings for an open house.
How nice of them.
I think that's incredible.
Wow.
And I know and I'm going to go get a for sale by owner listing today. We do that a little differently, but I know in talking to them, this will be my second meeting with them, they've probably got 40 or 50 calls from agents. And I know that when a listing expires or cancels, even, and we're still involved, and there may be a reason that we cancel it and relist it, or expire it and relist it. We know that they get dozens of phone calls within the first hour of the morning of agents competing. That's no way to really compete for business. I'd much rather be in a market area where there's a lot less competition. According to Revo Gateway, 56% of people who have fallen behind their payments are going to list their house within 12 months, or I should say sell their house within 12 months. 56%. So if I'm going to, if I'm farming, I'm going to get 2 or 3%. So these are the kinds of odds that I like to play. So we tag every week, and we get distressed property listings every month, and we close them every single month. So it's a great opportunity if you want to be proactive in a shifting market and build some specialized knowledge and really be of service to your community in the process.
And again, that is David Bartels of Home Loan Advocates, 805-413-8000. Even if you're in Ottumwa, Iowa, remember, call him. They are the #1 distressed property solution for all of you out there who need a consultant. Call him. He'll help you. They'll work it out. Ask for the free pen. I don't know. They don't really have that.
We do.
Do you really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Ask for his free ebook. Sorry, that's a funny marketing joke. Let's talk marketing. That's the news of the week. That is the biggest news because it came out this morning. It's on Reuters. It's everywhere, David. Of course it is. It's a 2-year low. So agents will be committing suicide, and they will be looking for solutions. And if you're listening to this podcast, listening for a solution, well, are you late or what? We've been doing this for a while. We talk distress marketing. Here's the turn for all of you who are first timers, because I'm sure the headline of sales drop will probably get more than the usual listener count for this week. We talk niche marketing. We talk about it each and every week. As an individual, I can't stress it enough. David will talk about this, but when we're talking niche marketing, it is the bread and butter backbone for an agent. I don't care what your niche is. Well, I do care what your niche is. It should be distress, and we'll explain why in a moment. But to stress, there are 3 niches in real estate. They each have inherent problems. And in fact, Donald Ross is asking the question about one of those